Alright, boys, old Deus 2's out here with the old 9-inch call here, you new Deus 2 users. Now this applies to the 11-inch call too, somewhat, okay? You see that little thing right there? That's one of them little things off the bottom of one of them twist caps. See it right there? See that Clad dome right there? You see the height there? That's above that. You know, that looks like a real easy detector scenario, huh? Well, that's wrong. That's a tough detector scenario right there. We're going to play with this detector here a little bit. Folks will find this interesting, maybe. I'm in the fast program, reactivity 1. I've got an 86 notch in this machine, 0 to 86. Now that Clad down there is going to read somewhere around 91 on this machine, okay? It's going to read higher than 86. I want you to listen to this machine. See that ID? Look at that, 88 pops in that window. That's reactivity 1. You get to hear that signal. You hear that. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, leave everything the same. You see the reactive there, 1, 2.5. Oh, that's faster, huh? Some people would say, well, this machine's going to do better on that dive. I'm running the machine faster. Watch what happens. You hear that? Okay, now I'm going to switch right back to reactivity 1. Now listen. You hear that? Which one you like the best? How about we go to reactivity 3? What happens? Nothing. You wouldn't even know that. You don't get jack. You do get a little signal in 2.5, but you don't get what you get in 1, okay? Now, I'm going to leave this machine. I'm going back to reactivity 1. My little detector talk video this morning, I talked about notch on this machine. Now, you got to see this machine give an 88 in that meter, reactivity 1. You got to hear a tone, right? Now, we've got it notched out, so when we get a tone, we know we've probably got a high conductor, higher than 86. I'm going to go in here. I'm taking a notch out, boys. I'm going to show you what you would get in this machine. Now, the stock setting on this fast program is 3. Okay. It is pitch tones. I believe I'm in 5 tones. Notch is off. That's all I've done. Let's see what we get. How you like that? Look at there. What you got in that meter? Watch this. See that? Look at that. 65. So in the wild, you're out sweeping a bottle trash site. Oh, you hear the signal. 65. Look at there. 65. How about that? But you've got a dime down there that reads 91 air test. Okay? Now, let's go over here since we've got this machine open. Show you this, okay? Mono program. And I'm going to go down here to frequency. Now, that dime right there, if you were looking at that dime in mild, medium ground, this machine in mono would ID that dime setting solo. It would give a good value on it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. 14.70, and when I said what I said the last time, what I mean is the notch on this detector in mono program will work on shallower targets, not deep targets, okay? So now I'm going to go back down here. I'm going to turn the reactivity to 1 on it. Y'all remember what it sounded like in fast program? Okay. So I'm going to go in here to notch. And I'm just going to notch this over to 86, like I did the fast program. Now, I may lower this notch to show you all. Okay, we're at 86, 0 to 86 notch. 14.7 kilohertz. Let me move that back a little. 13.88 kilohertz. That's about like the old AT Pro. Now we're at reactivity 1. Okay, let's see what we get here. So we are getting some signal. But we're getting one-way signal. We get that 94 in the meter. One-way signal. We might turn on this. What do we get if we turn on it? When we turn on it, see, we don't get too much. There's no ID comes in the window, but we do get some tone. Now let's go back to the fast program. We're at reactivity 1. And I'm going to put this notch back in this machine and run it to 86. In progress. Okay, 86. Alright, now let's come back over this in the fast program and listen. So we're getting two-way signal. Well, I like two-way signals, boys, a whole lot better than I like one-way signal. Okay? So now we're back over here in the Deus mono. And I'm going to turn the sensitivity up a little bit. 93. Reactivity 1. Let's run the reactivity up on this 2.5 with an 86 notch. 13.88 kilohertz. Let's listen. Hear that? So in Deus mono, running this machine slower can help too. Okay, that's what I want you to understand. That's reactivity 2.5, and I'm going to back it to 1. One-way signal, though. Notice that. One-way signal. Now, that's 13.88 kilohertz. Just for gee whiz, this is 7.5 kilohertz reactivity 1 with the 0 to 86 notch. Let's see what happens. So now we're getting two-way signal with a 94 in the meter. Okay, and we're going to go in here. We're going to raise the reactivity to 2.5, running this 7.5 kilo. Let's see what happens. But now remember, that 7.5 kilohertz is, you know, the fast is running some higher frequency, but this 7.5 kilohertz, when you start getting around iron, you lose your advantage you have in the fast program. So remember, we're looking at one scenario here. Wonder if over here 3 foot there's some iron and a dab. Well, that 7.5 might not do so good on it depending on which way we first hit it. We might could come around it and get it, okay? So yeah, 7.5 on this scenario right here actually comes through for us, okay? So there's another video to show you, you know, running this machine faster versus slower when it comes to modern trash. It can get you into trouble, okay? Hope you enjoyed.